Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Stasis Bone Totem, where I have some bad news. I thought, I ended the last episode thinking that there was a terminal somewhere nearby that we had access to that had pictures of stems in it and also strings of numbers at the bottom, right? Such that we could draw the rest of the sequence from those pictures. That is not the case. It's a long story short here. I think probably what happened is I was just like combining. We have seen so many garbage images. Like, this is not a great example, but yeah, like this, where it's like, not to say that the image itself is useless or that like there's not value in there being stuff that's mostly like flavor and world fill in stuff, but we've seen so many like spooky image with number string at the bottom that I think I stopped latching onto you can't hold the specifics of all of those in your head, and they just sort of turn into a slurry of, hey, I know we saw things with numbers on them, but it turns out we do not in fact have the right combination of thing and number, certainly not a 9-digit number that we can draw that from. So I don't actually have a solution. What I did notice is that this card here on this table, this, I don't know what this is supposed to be, has the symbols from the station on it, right? And these are the correct first, third, and ninth symbols from the code. And this here shows 10 blocks of stuff, 10 blocks in width, and the last number in the string is indeed 10 when you set it up like this. So we're gonna maybe be able to reproduce some values here. So right, the code as we have it right now is, nope, can't rewind that. Okay, I just have to click a little bit slower so I don't zoom past the symbols. And then this one is 10. I know that. Right, so the code right now is this. That blue card showing 10 rectangles next to this thing suggests that the numbers before it should be a 5, a 6, and a 9. But unfortunately, the card doesn't show anything comprehensible for these two values. And I guess we can pop back over there. It's not like it's a big problem to re-enter this. I have it up on my other monitor, but for the purposes of showing y'all, right? So you have that 9, 6, 5, 10 here, but the line above that, like these lines just don't show the same kind of information, unfortunately. So I don't really know what to do about that, and I don't see anywhere on this card where I feel like we are getting, yeah, like none of these sets of symbols look like portions of the line of numbers that we have. So I'm not really sure where we would get the other two numbers. I do have a thought. The sequence as we have it right now reads like 1, 4, 7, 9, and then this one is a 9, 6, 5, 10. How many symbols are there? There are 11 valid entries. So I guess maybe 12. I'm assuming that the ellipsis is not valid, but maybe it is. Who knows? There are no repeats in the portion of the sequence we have, and if we are to assume that it's all unique values, then it's not actually that hard to brute force the 2 slots we have left with like the 4 or 5 values we have left. I'm gonna call that plan B. We'll have a little bit more of a look around, but if it does seem like I'm good and properly stuck, we have a thing we can do. There's really not a lot of interactables in Max area. Like, there definitely is not a Another set of numbers on any of the interactables in here. Is there on the blackboards, maybe? I'm trying to use my light to illuminate things. But max set of interactables outside of this room is very poor. I was just running around out here looking for that terminal, like I said. And we have, like, the corpse up there that isn't helpful. We have the battery recharger in the other room. So I do feel like it's probably... Well, hold on. This is also a blackboard. Although I can't... Okay, no, I can look at it. It doesn't look like it has any relevant stuff on it, though. So I think if there is another hint, it's got to be with one of the other characters. So you're still here. Is there anything left to do with this? Maybe. There is still an interaction symbol left over. And we do still have our rib spreader. Can I crack open the other side of this? No. I'm glad we held on to this. This seems like a useful tool. Alright, what else can Moses get into? We got the launch tube thing, which doesn't necessarily seem super valuable. We may have cleared the obstruction. This is just someone's PDA, and we definitely haven't read a 9-digit code in anyone's, like, email or anything. What's the blue thing up here? Right, this periodic table. Yeah, I don't see anything here that looks like it maps to our values or symbols. Was there anything back in the room that we came from? I mean, there's a PDA, of course. And then there's the things that require the power rebalance, which we'll see. We'll figure it out at some point. And where we came from. Yeah. Okay. What about Charlie? It's definitely... I feel pretty sure it's not in this office. I guess let's take a look at these one more time. Yeah, nothing relating to stems. I guess I should be watching the bottoms of these, because, like, this stuff is all about technology that was gathered down here. I guess the stems probably predate Kane being down here gathering whatever was down here, because, like, they would have needed these machines to get down here in the first place, right? And then the trash is full of pictures of a lady. 175287. This doesn't map to our sequence. Yeah, none of this is useful. Well, it is looking more and more like we're going to be doing some brute forcing. I can't imagine that that's the intent. But, you know, maybe it is. Actually, maybe it is, because it really isn't that much brute forcing. Now, we still can't get over to there. Okay, no interactables on this guy after we stole his arm. Some real Dustragar action. And all that's left here is this thing. Yeah, which is not super meaningful. Or perhaps it is exactly meaningful. 9 is the 6th digit. Man, that would have That would have happened really early in our brute force sequence. Okay, 329. 329. 147. 3 2 9 6 5 10. Okay.
Success. Juvenile memory erased. Mature stem memory copied.
How about that?
Smartest, Mac.
You have performed adequately. Remove me from this device.
You sound better. How do you feel?
Return me to the female.
Just like that, huh? No thank you? No.
Return me to the female.
When is someone going to tell me what's going on?
Please, Mac, I'll explain. I promise.
So, you'll open the door now?
Integrate me into your plug-suit.
Wait, why?
Hold on now.
We will be bonded. Inseparable. You should be honored.
What does that mean?
It wants me to... It wants me to incorporate it into my plug suit. It wants to attach itself to me.
Well, yeah, he heard that part.
Your plug suit is bonded to your nervous system. That basically means it's attaching itself to you.
He's correct. You will inherit a direct link to Caliban's cognitive and personality systems. But there are drawbacks.
I know.
A physical stem bond will require a surgical procedure to remove.
I know.
No alternatives exist. I require a physical bond. Integrate me.
Charlie, no. Don't do this.
I have to.
Why? What is this all about?
We can have her back. Mac?
Her who?
Hope. We can have Hope back.
Hope. Hope is gone, Charlie.
That was the deal I made with Yellowleaf. Come here, find Caliban, bring it out, and we get her back.
A clone. Is that what we're talking about?
They have everything they need. DNA and genetic sequences from the day she died, which gives them the algorithms they need to reproduce the neuron patterns of her memories and personality, and...
It won't be her, Charlie. It will be a copy.
I could see Hope again.
No, Bear. You can't. None of us can.
I told you. You were too far past it. You've moved on too much.
I've moved on?
Hope.
But you'll see. When you hear her too, you'll see. You'll understand.
Hear her? What is that?
Cease the bickering. The decision is made. No alternatives exist. I am human.
I'm not talking to you. Charlie?
Integrate me.
Charlie, don't.
I have to. I have to.
There are so many, and like I wanted to be clear that I'm not talking about all of them. Some of them I think are reasonable, but there are so many pauses and ellipses in this dialogue. It is wild, and some of the lines are delivered so slowly, like very unnatural sounding. And I do want to say, I appreciate the subtitles laying out gradually rather than the whole line appearing all at once, so that people who are working by the subtitles can get a sense of cadence and stuff. Except for the fact that the cadence doesn't, the writing out of the subtitles doesn't actually match the speaking speed of the characters, because it would be incredibly frustrating to read if it did, because so many of the line reads are so slow. Anyway, that does make a lot of sense of the things she was saying last episode. It's a phenomenally bad idea, and it's also definitely the only way they're going to let us move forward in the game, so here we go. Hold on. First things first. What does Moses think about all this? Okay. It makes me does not have a comma in it, but all right. I guess I should have known that wouldn't actually be weird for Moses. Okay. How do I do this? I just actually literally how do I do this? Because it requires surgery to remove, but it shouldn't require a surgical procedure to do the thing, right? Hold on. You can't just like use an item from your inventory solo. But I don't have access to how do I integrate this thing with my body? I don't think I have a tool that is appropriate to this. Can I integrate it with this arm and trick it? Let's do subterfuge. No, okay. Shockingly, that's not the way. Yeah, I literally don't know how to that's useful. You can double click on something to have it pop over to one of the spots. Yeah, okay, I thought this was going to be more mechanically meaningful. He wanted to be returned to the female. We've done that. So this should really also go to the female. And then I'm not allowed to interact with this thing anymore, so I guess we're done here. This does not leave me with a lot of clarity on what to do next, actually. Maybe I should actually have used that, but that maintenance terminal was for the stem to be... I don't know, maybe it plays a part in this. We can't go back any further. Nope, there's no interactables here. Yeah, shoot. We don't have that... We don't have the ability to connect it. I would be in an old school adventure game. I would be furiously typing every variation of use scrubber or use stem I could think of right now. Yeah, it doesn't feel like I have a way. Anything left will be much tougher to extract. Wonder if we can do a little bit of science with some of like the sharp things in our inventory. Or smashy. I mean, when it says tougher to extract, it means tougher than breaking this apart from its other stuff, which is to say tougher than Mac punching it. Yeah. Okay. Well, if that's not a way forward... Actually, I wonder. Hold on. Let me try something. What if Mac doesn't like the deal? No, Mac does not. Mac does not choose to not do the deal. Have I forgotten a command here? Is there a way to just do a use? Nope, left clicking just puts stuff in the... Use an item by selecting it. You can only use items on a puzzle pop-up, right? Okay, well, there's definitely nothing for Charlie to do anymore except on that last screen. So, I guess this corpse is still here. Yeah, whatever Charlie's doing, it's probably up here. Alright, maybe we need to get some other puzzles done. So there's still the matter of the electricity. There's still the matter of the rover. The fans, specifically. Getting the fans to work. Don't suppose I can, now that I've used this, toss this in here for raw materials? No. I already showed you the old prop. Yeah. So wherever we're doing this, it's going to be... I don't know. I kind of thought just putting it in her inventory was going to fire whatever was next. You think it's important that this says AIIC on it? There's an engraving on one of the fan blades? Maybe. There's not really anything else for Mac to do, I guess. We could just... There's the door in here, and there's the battery charger yet. There's like a weird corpse here. That no longer has any interaction points. I can't throw the stem in there. I'll give you something to attach to. Oh, I did not even see a collectible VHS. Yeah, I haven't seen a single one of them before collecting it. That feels pretty weird. Well, I'll tell you, I'm feeling a mite silly here, not knowing how to interact with Caliban. Okay, yeah, so we're just like waiting for a delivery of a battery from someone. We don't have whatever is needed. Caliban said that this would open, they would open this for us once we demonstrated our whatever to them, once we impressed them, and I for sure thought this was going to do it. We do have a lot of weird objects that I don't know what to make of any of this stuff. Ceremonial usage as a key. Actually, what if I just ran the entire wrong way here? What if I'm supposed to jam the little bone end, the non-skull end of this scepter into that lock? Now, you wouldn't think so, because the lock is obviously much more modern and mechanical. But it's not impossible, I suppose. It's worth a try, because we're, like, quite desperate at this point. Nope. Saw blade. Cut the entire lock off. Caliban? Nope, Caliban don't fit in there. So I tried combining the stem with the arm already. I don't think it's like super shocking that didn't work. But I'm wondering if this is like a weird combine that I just haven't thought of, that like does not occur to me intuitively. So my plug suit it's connected to my central nervous system, which is to say I am wearing it right now. Charlie has a prosthetic arm, right? I think so. It's the other arm, though. Yeah, this arm's the good one. I'm wondering if the idea is that we do have to somehow combine Caliban with the synthetic arm and then integrate the arm into Charlie, but we have to do something to the arm first. We don't really have a lot of options. I wonder if the issue is that we can do stuff with this power rebalance in this room, and I just haven't figured that out yet, and that's what's progress blocking us. Electrical balance of plant required. And then this requires rebalances. Actually, can I? Aha! Aha! There is a puzzle we can still do. Okay. Well, it keeps saying balance, so I assume we want to set them to the same overall value. Which this is, right? 25 plus 65. Does that make the belt work? It does not make the belt work. Will this inform me in some way once I've done whatever it wants?
It looks like the switches are not properly balanced. A math problem. I like math.
Sure. But like, what does the word balanced mean here? Because like right now we have 90 up and 90 down, but that's clearly not what they're looking for. Have we seen anything in the game world that looks anything like this? All right, I'm looking through the screenshot gallery again real fast here. At this point, most of our screenshot stuff Yeah, most of our screenshot stuff is from like earlier in the game. We have dealt with most of the clues that were available to us. Again, as just a sequence of 5 up and down switches, this isn't that difficult to just brute force, providing it's going to tell us when we get it right. All right, look around the environment a little bit. Is there a legend, a hint somewhere? Electrical balance of plant required. Let's do another take a look or two. That's just a PDA. That is not anything for us. This definitely doesn't seem to be related. And I don't see any 5 symbol anything anywhere. We were just looking at all those computers and stuff in Charlie's area, and I don't feel like any of that's likely to be related. It's interesting that this whole assembly keeps flashing. There's no interact point aside from the switches. I'm wondering, like, we can't see a button here, but there might be a button there. Another little yellow light. I don't know what to... These yellow lights don't seem to convey anything. Also, I apologize for this being kind of really loud. I wish I had any idea, like... I do feel like we've done every version of balance that is actually balanced. So they want something else. Okay, think. Have we seen anything anywhere about the power to this area? Most of the descriptors in here are just about how gross all the garbage is, which is not a big surprise. This PDA didn't say anything about it, did they? Right. This is Christian trying to get damaged enough to go home. Or at least to get a skin replacement. I'm wondering if this is a thing where it's in a PDA and I just have forgotten about it. Just run through these real fast. One would assume it would be somewhere amongst the things that we've seen recently, things that are like in this area. Sure, I'm not seeing it though. You know, Gallagher's thing is pretty nearby. It's nearby where Mac is right now. I really, really, really do not like Moses' whistling. It is so creepy. Yeah, I don't think any of this is, yeah, none of this is meaningful. A math problem. I like math, but like, is it a math problem? It's a problem where there are numbers and no indication what to do with them. I mean, what could balanced possibly mean in this context? All right, I'm gonna pause the video and I'm just gonna brute force it, and I'll let you. I'll restart the recording once I hit it. Honestly, I would brute force it on the recording if the noise that these switches made wasn't so loud. But I'm gonna save y'all the headache. So be right back.
It's working now.
Well
Okay,
done,
well
my
that did it.
You make progress in spite of all obstacles. Perhaps you will escape this place.
Yes. I will leave soon.
So it was the two switches on the right down and the three on the left up, which is exactly as valid as other stuff that we tried, and that's unless there is a really clear hint somewhere that is the correct orientation that I missed. That puzzle is bad. Like, this is a bad design. And if it is indeed just like, it seems like it's just supposed to be, you're supposed to do the math. The bear describes it as a math puzzle, but they left it with a bunch of different solutions that work, except most of them don't work, right? A bunch of solutions that are mathematically correct simply don't work and don't give you a failure message that is indicative of what is wrong. You just have to try every combination of switches. That shit sucks a lot. Because in the end, it was one of the balanced, it was one of the 90 up, 90 downs. It's just only a very specific one. That's the first thing we've seen in this game that I am, like, wholly negative on. Anyway, now that we've done that... now that we've done that, we can grab the materials that we need for this thing. So we're gonna need some carbon and some titanium. Yeah, I'm pretty... That sucks a lot. There are hardly words for how annoyed I am by that. Find me some carbon, please. Do I need to do anything here, or...
I must find the right inputs to make this machine work. This is a fun game.
Searching.
Okay, no, it's trying. This is not an interactable. So there's nothing else, huh? Is there anything else for me to do now in this room now that it's on? It doesn't seem like there's any new stuff. I think I've sort of broken this by setting it into searching mode.
Material was found.
Oh. Weird. Why did it take so long?
Searching.
All of a sudden, in the back half of the game, there's all this stuff that's like real world time must pass. Strange. It's strange to introduce it so late, right? Well, it seems like we might be out of luck, unless we find a thing that is both carbon and titanium that would not have turned up in the search for just carbon. TI is titanium, right? Am I... Hold on. This periodic table is here for a reason. And we may as well go for a little walk, because it seems like that's what it takes for that thing to finish. Yes, C is carbon. I'm not. And TI is titanium. I'm not going mad. This sorting thing is just not very good at finding what we need.
Searching.
I can't imagine what else we would be intended to use this thing for. And I don't know if I'm supposed to just sit here and wait. Maybe I'm supposed to be... Well, no, if I was supposed to be doing something else to interfere with it, there would be another interaction zone, right?
Retrieve material from tray.
Maybe you have to walk away from the thing over and over again? Alright, well, we did in fact find some stuff. Can I just throw it in here like this, or does it need to be melted down? No, okay, the machine can take care of that. Okay, new prop is good. So it seems like the way the timer on that works is you just have to leave the thing and leave the interface and come back to it a certain number of times, which is not great.
Now it will swim.
You're amazing, Mose.
I am the cleverest bear. The sub will swim. Moses can keep looking for Charlie Mac. But
But what?
I do not like water.
You have said this before. What happened in the water, my friend? What scars did it leave you with?
I was dragged
Personal question.
in. Waves. She tried to save me.
I see. You are here, and she is not. You blame yourself for this.
In water, you are powerless.
If that is true, then you have nothing to regret.
Faran?
I am fine, Moses. My life support is declining. I am not sure how much time I have left.
Faran.
You are not alone, my friend. Not yet. We will brave the water together.
I am a very small bear now.
I don't like any part of this, no matter how smart a bear he is. Oh, I have to steer it personally. Okay. The domed exterior of the Mule Labs radiates with light and energy, desperately clinging to baleful life amidst the desolate wastelands of the abyssal floor. The steel spire stands sentry against the darkness, its halo of floodlights bathing the industrial cobweb below in liquid golden light. Gold, I guess. It's not quite the color of yellow I might describe this as. The rumbling labyrinth of steel piping, there just shouldn't be a comma there. The rumbling labyrinth of steel piping twists and turns against the superstructure. Blinding heat radiates up, followed by a drowned cacophony of clicks and rattling. Various lights flicker and dim, the effect animating shadows to make it seem as if pools of darkness leak in, the surrounding dark slowly nibbling at the edge of the illuminated sanctuary. This thing corners really tightly. Alright, I think that's just an area transition.
Bright. Pretty.
Warning. Thermal emissions detected. Extreme caution advised.
But nothing you wish to inspect closer.
Yeah, I do not feel like it's a good idea to go over here. Beams of light refract through rising plumes of volcanic dust and clouds of heat distortion. A perpetual dull eruption of boiling water surges upward, a pillar of seething liquid infusing and infecting nearby metals with scathing heat. Okay, we'll just sail away from that. I guess it's not sailing if you're under the surface of the water, right? At least not if you're doing it right. Algae and sand coat the very edges of the thermal plant, deposited by a perpetual snowfall of grit. A handful of steps betray the entrance to a lower chamber, long since flooded by a thick lake of silt and loam. Tendrils of infrastructure have wormed their way deeper into the ruins, creeping outward as the mule facility expanded over time. Yeah, we have not been very careful to maintain the sanctity of this place. Ancient mud-draped brickwork emerges from behind curtains of stalactite rock, a verdant coat of seaweed and algae growing between the crevices. A tumultuous ocean current bulldozes through the nearby depression, the violent flow drawn toward the rapidly rising waters within the thermal plant, ripping at the nearby geography as it roars past. What little remains of the ruined architecture appears strangely familiar, out of place and time. Stranger are the older ruins buried within, their dark stone surfaces exposed where the encasing construction has fallen away. And we've got another rover out here. Nothing to say about that big statue. That's very normal.
Giant toys.
Statues, Moses.
This whole place used to be on the surface, above water.
It's incredible.
Hope would love this.
Very curious stuff. A titanic, bulbous-brained figure holds up an arm toward those who would approach, either in salute or a dire warning. By the time you know which one, it'll be too late.
Not just statues. Buildings. Drowned buildings.
In its time, a more advanced culture than the Aztecs.
Okay, we got some survey data. Did we transfer the task to the unmanned vehicle? I would think so.
It's a downed rover.
Updates. Seismic charges deployed. Seismic charges inactive. Fail-safe procedure initiated. Transmitting locations of charges.
Seismic charges? This is Kane Tech. What were they doing?
What they always do. Erasing their mistakes.
The drone looks like it was mapping the exterior, then got repurposed to plant explosives.
Charlie Mac, I do not see any way back to you here.
He's right. It's a dead end.
There is one possibility. Before it was reassigned, the drone discovered an anomalous air pocket behind one of the rock walls here. If memory serves, it was very large. A cave system. The cartographers believed it might possibly connect to another part of the temple.
We could use the explosives to open it up.
All right, Bear. You know what you gotta do, right?
Loud noises.
Right on.
I don't like this. Mose, be careful.
So, do I just... No, none of these are clickable. I was going to say, do I just blow them one by one and hope? But yeah, no interaction symbols here anymore, so I guess we're going searching for those charges. So is this just an area transition, or no? This is a take a look. Okay. Cave system. Can't really tell. It says these are interactable, but I certainly can't click them. Why not? Do I need a finger? No. It's like maybe Moses' paws don't register the thing. Well, I don't don't know what to do with these. There are no other places to go for interactables. We got everything we're getting. Well, let me see if there was some interaction option I missed on the rover. It is so weird that you have to do this whole strange horseshoe maneuver when you should be able to just go up over the wreckage and back down to here, right? Like... yeah, none of this stuff is interactable. So one was deployed near the reactor, one near gate H6, one near tower 41. The tower was on the previous screen. Let's go see if maybe there's a maybe there's a thing to do over there that might feel a little bit more intuitive to do. Okay. Do I have to set them
I
off?
have found the first bomb.
It's not a... is this really something we want him to try and do?
Who else can do it?
Continue, Moses. Disarm that blast charge. Disarm all of them.
Okay. It doesn't seem like this is going to get me to the cave system, but fine. So we need a path between 1 and 12? And between 3 and 4, and between 7 and 8. Maybe not? I mean, I'm leery of clicking on these ones, obviously.
This
Okay.
bomb will make no loud noises.
Good job, Mose.
You can't have any non-critical parts down. That doesn't really make sense, but fine. Whatever it takes. And we're doing this because we're disarming these to bring them to the cave.
Be careful, sweetheart.
Which I misunderstood. I thought they were, at least one of them was already connected in a position where it'd be able to do that. So 2 goes through to 8. Oops. There it is. And then 10 to 11. Having to clear the other tiles feels very silly.
The second bomb is silenced.
Not bad. Not bad.
Alright, these really don't seem very challenging.
The third bomb. I see it.
Watch yourself, Bear.
I mean, undoubtedly there's a way to make this interesting, but these are, I think, too simple. I keep clicking too fast and just blowing past the empty.
I have defused the third bomb.
Wonderful, my friend. Your ingenuity continues to inspire.
Okay, and now I have to take them to the locations depicted on that other thing. It was a little unclear to me what was happening, but I think I'm caught up now. All right. So we get back up here.
Charlie Mac, the noises go here.
Yeah, Bear. All three of them.
Are we sure it's not too much? We want to preserve the air pocket inside, not collapse the whole thing.
Computer knows what it's doing. At least that's what you always say.
Yeah, but Moses wasn't involved then.
Do it, Bear.
My Mac.
And also, you know, Moses is a computer, so in theory, if he thinks it looks weird, then maybe something's up.
Bombs are ready.
Maybe it's a bad idea.
The others appreciate you, my friend. The way they should.
They are my family. They are.
Okay, we maybe could have been watching that from a slightly safer position, but whatever, it's fine. Oh.
Charlie Mac are at the funeral. Bears are not allowed.
Well, that's pretty sad. What do we have over here? This is the fastest he will move during this sequence, by the way.
Mac is right. My fault. I am not a good bear. All you have to do is blink.
Moses? Moses, where are you?
Kane, I could hear that from here.
I am okay, Charlie Mac. I am brave and strong. I am in a cave. There is something here. Something enormous.
Look at that. Mac, it's definitely metallic.
Yeah. Curved, looks like. Fluid dynamic. Moses, keep looking. See if you can find more of it.
My Mac.
Something tells me that's not going to be much of a challenge. But it is a challenge, perhaps, for next time. That is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm expressing a little bit more annoyance this episode. I am still all in on the game, but you can see holes starting to form. Later and later in the project, these things are more likely to occur. I wonder if it means we're close to the end. I really have no idea, but it has been my experience that when the game starts getting spottier, it's been my experience with a lot of games, especially indie games that maybe don't have as much budget as they would like. As you get as the game gets spottier and spottier, you're getting closer to the end. So who knows? In any case, I think not stuff to hold against it. It's just a couple of weird areas. When you come back next time, we're going to see if we can find more of this giant thing that is completely filling the space in front of us. And we'll see you then.